everyone? My name is Andrea. If you don't know me, you should subscribe because, like, why not? But anyway, today I'm going to be doing a couple reviews on some new releases that I've read recently that are all fairly new, so you should go pick them up if you haven't. But there's going to be 3 reviews and they're all non-spoilers, so don't worry, you won't be spoiled. But recently I've read A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne Brown, Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo, and Forest of Souls by Lori M. Lee. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about all of these books in the order that I read them. So first we're going to start off with A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne Brown. This is a debut novel by Roseanne Brown. It's a fantasy based on African folklore, which is very cool, and I absolutely love the world building and I love Roseanne Brown's style of writing. But the main plot of this book is there is a boy named Malik and his sister goes missing, and to get his sister back he has to kill the princess. This is a dual POV book, and the other POV is Princess Karina, who coincidentally needs the heart of a king. So she's hosting this competition, whatever. Malik gets wrapped into the competition because he's like, I can get close to the princess. And all the while, Karina's like, let me offer my hand in marriage for anybody who wins, and then I could just take my husband, my new king's heart, and there's the heart of a king that I need. So little do they both know they are trying to kill each other, and honestly, we love that, like that trope of the 2 characters trying to kill each other. Phenomenal. 5 stars just from there. But no, I really did give this book 5 stars. Like I said, the world building was phenomenal, the characters were really good and really developed, and the whole story is really fleshed out. So honestly, this is going to be one of my favorite books of the year because I think it was just really great, especially for a debut novel. So next I read Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo, and I also gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was very good. I mean, anything by Elizabeth Acevedo is just really good in general, but this one is about 2 sisters who share the same father but not the same mother, and one of them lives in the Dominican Republic and one of them lives in New York. So their dad kind of splits his time with them, and they didn't even know about each other growing up until their father passes away, and then they have to, you know, arrange funerals and all that. So this book is written in prose, I believe is what it's called, so it's kind of like poetry. It's not a normal book, and like it's written like this, you know, in like lines and everything, which is actually a really cool style to read from because I don't read a lot of books like that. And it just adds to the story and makes it more unique. And this book was really hard-hitting. I did cry. It's emotional, and there's a lot of other little things that the 2 main characters go through, and it really makes you like scared for them and wanting to root for them, and like, I don't know, it's just really good. So I gave it 5 stars. Finally, I read Forest of Souls by Lori M. Lee. And I was really excited about this book because this cover is gorgeous. All of these covers were really pretty. But this one, like her eyes, just so gorgeous. But I ended up giving this book 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, but I think I would go with 3.5 if I could give it a half-star rating. So this book is the story of a girl named Saoirse who lives in a world where she's trying to train to be a shadow, which is going to be like a spy for her queen. And amongst all this, there is a thing called the Deadwood, which is like, it's like a forest who basically traps souls, and it's really scary. And our main character finds out that she has the power to control it and to kind of like guide souls, be like a soul guide is what it's called, I think. And so there's a lot of people who want to use her for her power, and then all the while she's still trying to be a shadow and still trying to keep her place to become that spy for her queen. But this book really fell short for me. I feel bad because it wasn't a bad book. Like, it was still very entertaining and interesting, and I liked the premise, but the execution was a little bit where it had problems. So we don't really get a lot of backstory on the characters, like any of them. We get the most backstory on the main character, like thank goodness, because you really need that. But all of the sub-characters and the side characters, we don't really know anything about, aside that they are there to be on this journey with our main character, and I didn't really like that. I would rather have some fleshed out characters, like a group of fleshed out characters, than just not know like any of them and have quite a few. So that was one thing. And then the main character had to do something, like it seemed like the book was setting up for her to do this thing. That was like the main goal of the book, and then like she never even did it, and I was just kind of left like, wait, like she had to go see this king, this spider king, to do this thing, I'm not gonna give spoilers, but, and then she never did it, and she never had to, and I'm like, why is nobody questioning why she was sent to the Spider King, but she's not even doing what he told her to do, and he doesn't even care? And I was just like, is this a giant plot hole? Because I don't know, maybe I'll have to go more in depth. If you've read this, let's talk about it, because I was just like, what? So that's something that really made me like not enjoy the read. And then also there was no romance like in the book, and if you know me, you know I gotta have some romance. Like, come on, like, give me something. And there was like nothing. And I know books don't have to have romance, like, I know, but I just didn't enjoy it for that aspect. I was like waiting, and she had like so many options, and then she like meets a prince, and then she meets like an assassin and all this stuff, and I'm just like, we don't even find out anything about them, but they're interesting, but we still don't even get to delve into their characters, which is the most annoying thing from this book. The end of it leads off to believe that there's going to be another one. I don't think I'll pick it up, or I would probably not buy it, maybe if somebody gifted it to me, but I wouldn't put it at the top of my list to read another one, because it ended off like just really dumb. Like, nothing was resolved. She didn't go on a big journey, because she didn't like start from like, she didn't start like from here and then end up here. And I don't like that. I like my characters to at least have some development, and she just didn't. And I don't know. Also, I feel like the author took a lot of things, a lot of words and tropes from other books that I have read, and maybe she's never even heard of them. Maybe that's just me like picking things that I've already read, but it was just a lot of things that was like too much of a coincidence for me not to think that she like took some ideas. For example, they have these things called wyverns or wyverns, and I swear they have those in Sarah J Maas's books. Like, that's what Manon and all of them ride. They're wyverns, I'm pretty sure. Like, fact check me, like, I'm pretty sure. And so they have those in this book, but I think it might mean something different, but it's weird that the words and everything's spelt the same. And then there's people who are blades, which in Nevernight by Jay Kristoff, people train to become blades, and so that's just like a big thing that I associate with Nevernight and with Mia Corvir. So hearing it in this book, I was like, well, wait, is that just a term that everybody uses? Like, I thought that was made up, so I don't know, could be something that's just made up. But yeah, and then all of the court systems, and there was just like a bunch of different, like, a bunch of different queens and stuff, and I was just like, but why? And there's like different houses, and then they never like even delved into the background of them. They were just there, and it was just a lot of nothing. A lot of nothing. I'm sorry. I mean, pick it up if you want. Try it out. Like, let me know if you have a different opinion, which is very possible. Like, I still got through it like in a decent amount of time. It's not that long, and the words are pretty big on the page. Like, it's an easy read, and maybe it's for an audience younger than me that just wants like a very like easy fantasy where you don't have to think like at all. But I don't know. Also, the beginning of it starts off with a glossary, and I'm sorry, but if a glossary is this long and you need this long of a glossary for your readers to know what's going on, you are not explaining it well enough in your book, because it's literally, okay, so here's the first page, and all of these, every single where there's a space, like, is a different word or phrase. And then all the way over here, the next page, all the way down, this is all glossary. This is not the book, like, at all yet. On the next page, all the way down, and the next page, all the way down. Like, do you think I'm gonna read that? No, I'm not gonna read a glossary with a bunch of random words and people and houses that I don't know anything about. Why would I do that? That's why I'm reading the book, to find out and learn as I go. So that was a big indicator for me, like why? Like, maybe it was at the end of the book, so you could just get that background knowledge when you're done and you're like, okay, like, let me read up on that, let me find out more about it. But no, that's just what you're expected to. Am I expected to read it and remember it when I read? Because I can't. And do I want to flip back whenever I see a name that I don't know, or like a word that I don't know? No, I want it to be explained, but it wasn't. And that was like the biggest problem. But yeah, so that's why I gave it 3 stars. Overall, I was pretty happy with my 3 new releases. Like I said, the first 2, Song of Wraiths and Ruin, and then Cloud Funny Land, were very good. Like, I'm so glad I read those. A lot of people have been talking about them. I love them. Forest of Souls got a lot of hype because of the cover, and it fell a little bit short. But overall, I'm still happy that I got to read those books, and I definitely suggest you check them out and let me know your thoughts on them. But that's all I have to say for this video. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you like this video down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!